he'll be picking it. He's got a corn picker he'll be using to pick that off. Now, down here, again, I told you we have 4 different groups here. So, the middle 2 groups, the Schwarzentruber and the Danner, are the 2 most conservative groups we have here. And we'll talk about them as we go. You'll see the colored siding on the homes. You see colored siding on the home? That is old order or new order. Now look at that smart horse. Look where his face is. He's getting the flies brushed off his face every time he swerves back and forth. You see that? What these guys usually do, they stand opposite of one another. Have you ever seen horses do that? You'll see it all day today because you're going to see more horses than you're going to see cows, right? Because you thought all Amish are farmers, right? How many of you thought, what percentage of Amish are farmers, do you think?
I would guess more than half.
More than half? Okay, that's a good guess. Yeah, wrong, but it's a good guess. Look at the horses there, standing opposite of one another. See them? Swatting the flies off their faces. Less than 10% of the Amish here are farmers.
Really?
We have 42,000 Amish here. Less than 10%. Now, why does that strike us as odd? How many Americans are farmers?
Not many.
Less than 1%. Yep. Why? It doesn't mean we have less farms necessarily. It means we have more people. Remember, numbers can tell you anything you want. So it means we have more people than we've ever had here. When I was growing up, there were about, back in the late 60s and 70s, we had about 8,000 Amish here. We're at 42,000 now. On the wheel, okay? And then your new order, they have rubber on the wheel. See the rubber? Solid rubber. We're going to go over to the factory. I'll teach you all about that. These are steel rims. These wheels are steel. These are wooden. Those are hickory, made out of hickory. Okay? Notice these buggies all have mirrors on them, except for the doctor's buggy here. But the doctor's buggy, there's no place to put the mirrors, so they don't put them. That's called a doctor's buggy. Originally, this story of this particular shop, this is the oldest shop we have in Holmes County. Actually, I'm very blessed to be able to bring people in here. Furman and I are good friends with Michael. We'll probably see them a little bit here, but I've been doing this about 6 years out of this shop, so about 7 years this year. So my 2nd year here, I drew bridges with them and said I need a buggy shop, and they said, sure, come on in, just don't take our time. Take away from our time. So thank you very much. So this shop started by R.P. Schrock being in business with his brother next door at Schrock's of Walnut Creek. The only time they have eye protection, hearing protection is when the motor is running and they're doing one of the 5 things here that they do while it's running. So, and they all simultaneously do that. So Furman, Michael, and even Furman's wife will be making the hoops. They'll be over here cutting, and Michael will be over here drilling. Okay? So they synchronize all their work to be done during that time that the engine's running. So you don't waste diesel. We would just say, oh, just run the diesel. You don't want to do this whole project. They won't do that. They save everything up until you got to get it all done, and then you do it all done. Yeah. They're very frugal, very business oriented. So, I mean, remember, look at this shop. Just look at it from here. Just remember, you got to have an 8th grade education to run this shop. Lest we think less of them because they have 8th grade education. Out of this field, if he even sold it, he wouldn't sell it. If he did sell it, it would go to auction. He could get between $80,000 to $100,000 an acre for this property. This farm right here, if it's an 80-acre, 100-acre farm, he'd get $6 million for this farm easy, if not more than that, because of all the property buildings he has, even more than that.
Do any of the Amish ever sell their properties?
Oh, they do. Oh, yeah, they realize what it's worth.
Yep.
Yeah, if they want to downsize, oh, yeah. They're becoming, so mom and dad die within a month of each other. The 6 kids, none of them wanted to farm the 120-acre farm. So what do? You have an auction, and it sold for $6.2 million. They all became millionaires. Not too much. He does a lot of private stuff. People will come, and they know he's here now. I've had no less than 2 people, one in Michigan and one in North Carolina. They have their own stores, and they sell those serving trays that he makes in there. They sell those. One customer I had on my tour, they buy 50 at a time from him to sell in their store. Because if you buy those online somewhere, you're going to pay $200 for one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're $45 in there. And you think, well, he jacked his price up. No, not Joni. He just wants to make enough to keep his family going.
Well, it's an honest way of doing it.
Well, that's the thing. He's had people tell him he's way too cheap. He just looks at him and smiles. He takes his family down to Sarasota, Florida every February for 2 weeks. Now remember though, with his kids working out outside the home, see the hill here?
Yes.
I already saw what was up there and saw that there was no car coming, so that's how you do that. I didn't mean to make you nervous.
No.
Yeah, we learn to look ahead and predict what's ahead of us. Yeah, so that's that's just the way people work here. They're hard workers, and they also they work hard and they play hard. So he'll take all the boys. They'll go fishing up to Canada. He'll hire a driver, and then James will come pull a boat up on his own. They generally don't drive with the kids because that's just something they don't try to promote. With the houses, the traditional houses, these are your Schwarzentruber Amish. She's painting the buggy out there. Put a nice coat of paint on. So we're looking burgundy barns up through here, pretty much, except for even this one. This used to be a Schwarzentruber home, but he's not anymore. See the construction truck coming down the road? Has the aluminum box on the back. Here's a woodworking shop. Now he built the first 2 doors. He's added on those second 2 doors about 2 years after he started. So he's adding on to his business. See how they grow? That's called cottage industry. You start with a table saw and a bandsaw in one area. Next thing you know, you got planers, you got everything. You're doing it all yourself. Here's an English home that's sold to an Amish family. See how that double car garage is made into one just wide enough for the buggy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And there's wires, there's a transformer, but the wires are still going over, but they would have taken the meter out of the box. This is an Amish business here, MHP Flooring. I had a guy on my tour a while back that does business with these guys. He had no idea where they were. There goes that furniture store. See the furniture truck right there?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the one from, I think it was Montana, MT, right? Montana?
Montana.
Yeah, he's got a semi front. He's, that way he doesn't change his fuel mileage. He can load that thing all the way down. He hustles furniture back and forth and then hauls it places. See the big gooseneck dually? Well, no, actually he's probably in from out of town. Yep.
He's Amish or no?
No. Amish don't drive cars.
Well,
Unless they're doing their room splitting, right? So these guys are going to the different wholesalers of Amish-made furniture. So what happens is, in this catalog, every year when we have this show, this furniture show in April, first week in April, the chamber puts out invitations to furniture retailers all over the United States and Canada and invites them to come to our furniture show, just like High Point does for furniture makers or furniture retailers. The thing is, here we have 170, well, as of last catalog, this one had 162. We have 170 different retailers or wholesalers of Amish-made furniture. And you can look through this book here, and you can kind of read. You'll see 4 pages of listings of wholesalers. Now don't bother taking pictures because addresses and phone numbers there, that's exclusive to retailers.
they will not sell to you. They have a contract with the chamber, with the furniture guild here, that they will not sell, that they'll not sell retail. They'll leave that to the retailers. So at that show, the general public is not allowed to come in, except for 3 hours the night before the show opens. We can go in and we can see what all is made in Holmes County. It's the only time we can go in.
But you can't buy it.
No, we can't make any deals with them because they're making wholesale. He's loading up here. So these guys make furniture. He's going in the back and loading up. They probably have a different dock back there. This is what I call Furniture Row. You're going to see a lot of wholesalers on this road. So what they do, so one of the places in there, Hillside Chair, we're going to go past them. The other one is Frog Pond Furniture. They're right up the next place. Leon here, see the van waiting to take some of the workers home? So he makes everything round. He has nothing but wood turnings. He does wood lathing. And they have diesel motors or natural gas motors running their shops. So here's Frog Pond. See the scooters? These are Danner-owned businesses. And right behind it, you have a motor. See if they're still working. No, they're not working. That's a 3-cylinder Kubota engine running off natural gas. So technology is something that even English don't have, right? So they have to improvise with some things because of the way that they live. This is a diesel engine. He's got the exhaust out there. Here's a phone booth. And then up on top, you see the boxes on top with the domes? Those are daylight refractors. That's letting natural daylight in. And on that side of those boxes, there are mirrors. That's projecting that daylight into the shop. So they don't have to turn lights on. When it's dark, it's time to go home. Here's Hillside Chair. Nothing but chairs. See the chairs they're starting to make? That was completely empty last week. They're starting to fill it back up. See the sign says wholesale only. Now see the wires going to the house? Look at the electric meter.
Yep.
There's no meter in it. It was at one time, when the Amish bought it, they got rid of it. Now they love to hunt and fish. So here's a hunting and fishing store. They've got some special coming up here. Looks like they got food trucks. They got one of the reps here. Got fishing shirts, bass fishing. See the construction truck coming? See everybody stopping to get their deals? 10% off. They're all over it. These are all construction trucks. He's stopping there on the way home to pick up some fishing stuff. And then you have when you have raw furniture being made, you have to have it finished. Stain and urethane. So these are stain and urethane. See the exhaust fans coming out the back? But you have your barn underneath. It's a good German concept. And then here on the left, see this box right here, this house right here? That's an ice house. The public ice house for some of the families here.
Oh.
That explains the size.
Yeah, it's lined with sawdust. That's the insulator. Now you got some e-bikes up here, so that means you have some old order. But because you have an ice house like that, it's a telltale sign because I see Danner and Schwarzentruber coming in and out of there getting ice. Get your blanket, bring your blanket along, wrap your ice, get it home before it melts. So they're harvesting corn. I was hoping they'd be harvesting today. I'd be able to see them, but looks like they're just taking pieces out. They use single row corn binders, single row at a time.
Wow.
So these rows have all been done one row at a time. And they cut the stalks off about 6 inches up. They put it in a bundle, wrap a twine around it, drop it out in the field, and then they put that on wagons, take it back to the barn, put it in their shredder, and it shoves it up into the silo. There's another furniture finisher on the right. See the engine house on the left? It's got the box going through. That's where the shaft goes. It runs all of their things run off of that shaft. They have belts coming off of the shaft.